Before we pray, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly. Let your worries fade and allow the peace of God to touch your heart. He is here, the Lord who knows you completely. Every thought, every sigh, is listening right now. Nothing that burdens you has gone unnoticed by Him. Take a deep breath. Quiet your thoughts. God doesn't move through the noise of fear, but through the stillness of faith. Sometimes He calms the storm, and sometimes He lets the wind blow just to teach you how to hear His voice in the middle of it. And when everything seems out of place, that's when He whispers, "Trust me, I am still in control." Faith begins right here. When you choose to lay down your burdens and believe that there is purpose even when you can't see it, the miracle starts the moment your heart decides to trust. Even if nothing has changed around you yet, God is already at work. He is never late. Now say silently, "Lord, I rest in you. Teach me to trust. Calm my heart and speak to me." This is where faith begins, in the quiet place where you allow God to act. Lord, there are moments when everything seems to fall apart at once. The answers don't come, the ground feels unstable, and my heart wonders where you are. It's in these moments that faith is truly tested. And it's there, right there, that you call me to trust, not in what I see, but in who you are. I know I can't control everything. I know there are things beyond my reach, but nothing is ever beyond yours. When my plans collapse, you remain unshaken. When fear tries to take over, your presence reminds me that hope still lives. True faith begins where control ends. When I don't know what to do, you remind me that you are still writing my story. Your word says that all things work together for the good of those who love you. So even trembling, I choose to believe. Today I surrender what I cannot fix. I give you what hurts, what confuses me, what escapes my understanding. I place it all in your hands, because in your hands the impossible becomes possible. Teach me to wait in peace, knowing that every season has your purpose. I rest, not because I understand, but because I trust, and I know that your love never loses control. Lord, there are moments when everything seems to fall apart at once. The answers don't come, the ground feels unstable, and my heart wonders where you are. It's in these moments that faith is truly tested. And it's there, right there, that you call me to trust, not in what I see, but in who you are. I know I can't control everything. I know there are things beyond my reach, but nothing is ever beyond yours. When my plans collapse, you remain unshaken. When fear tries to take over, your presence reminds me that hope still lives. True faith begins where control ends. When I don't know what to do, you remind me that you are still writing my story. Your word says that all things work together for the good of those who love you. So even trembling, I choose to believe. Today I surrender what I cannot fix. I give you what hurts, what confuses me, what escapes my understanding. I place it all in your hands, because in your hands the impossible becomes possible. Teach me to wait in peace, knowing that every season has your purpose. I rest, not because I understand, but because I trust. And I know that your love never loses control. Lord, for a long time I thought faith was just a feeling, something I had to sense deeply inside. But now I understand that real faith is a decision. It's choosing to move forward even when I feel nothing. It's standing up again when I'd rather give up. It's walking into the unknown, believing you've already gone ahead of me. Faith isn't passive. It calls me to act even before I see results. It's forgiving when it hurts, waiting when it's hard, loving when it seems impossible. It's moving when the path isn't clear, trusting that your light will meet me at every step. Believing doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means seeing reality through the truth of your promises. And your word declares that nothing is impossible for you. So today I choose to live by faith, not by sight. Every choice I make, every prayer I whisper is a way of saying, I trust you, Lord. Faith doesn't always move mountains overnight, but it changes my heart as I wait. So teach me to trust without hesitation, to act with courage, and to keep walking even when I can't see the outcome. Because I know this, you are already where my faith is leading me. Lord, your word says that faith pleases you, not because it impresses you, but because it shows that we know who you are. Faith is the language of heaven, the silent gesture of a heart that trusts even when it's tired. It is the proof that we believe you are good, even in the dark. It isn't the size of our faith that moves you, but the honesty behind it. When someone keeps praying through pain, you draw near. When we choose to wait with open hands instead of anxious hearts, your love begins to shine through the uncertainty. You never look for perfection, you look for trust. You look for the soul that whispers, "Father, I don't know what comes next, but I know who you are." That kind of faith brings you joy, the kind that stands through the storm, not because it understands, but because it remembers your character. So today I offer you this kind of faith, Lord, a living faith that breathes hope and rests in your goodness. Let my confidence be rooted not in what I see, but in what I know about you. Delight, Father, in this simple but sincere faith, one that doesn't demand proof, but keeps trusting because it knows you never fail. Lord, there are days when fear speaks louder than your promises. It enters quietly, fills my mind with doubt, and makes me forget who you are. But I know fear doesn't come from you. You have given me a spirit of power, love, and sound mind. So today, I choose to hear your voice above every anxious thought. Fear paralyzes, but faith releases. When I look back, I remember how many times you carried me when I was afraid. You never failed me then, and you will not fail me now. So I will not let fear take the place that belongs to faith. Teach me, Lord, to answer fear with truth. When it says you can't, help me declare my God can. When it whispers you're alone, remind me that you are always near. Let every thought be shaped by your word, and every breath become a prayer of trust. Your presence is my shelter. In you I find courage even when I tremble. Faith doesn't make me fearless. It reminds me that I am never alone in the battle. So, I choose to stand, Lord, not in my strength, but in yours, and I rest in your arms where fear loses its power. Lord, when pain arrives and the days grow heavy, it's easy to believe that you've stepped away. Yet I know that in the fire you are closer than ever. The faith that is born in comfort is fragile, but the faith that rises in the storm becomes unshakable. That's the kind of faith I long for, the kind that stands firm when everything else falls apart. Trials don't come to destroy me, but to reveal where my trust truly lies. When I am tested, it is your hand that holds me steady. When my world trembles, it is your love that rebuilds me. You use the heat not to burn me, but to refine what still resists surrender. Give me eyes to see purpose where fear sees only endings. Let me recognize your faithfulness in small victories, in quiet answers, in tears that turn into strength. Help me not to run from the process, but to grow through it. Help me not to resent the waiting, but to find wisdom in it. May my faith after the storm shine brighter than before, for true gold is refined in fire, and true faith is shaped in surrender. Lord, so many times I've wanted to understand the path before taking the first step. I wanted to see the destination before moving forward. But you teach me a different way, to walk by faith, not by sight. Faith becomes the unseen map that guides me when the horizon is cloudy. When I cannot see, you ask me to listen. When I do not understand, you call me to trust. It's in that quiet walk of dependence that I discover who you are, a faithful companion who never leaves my side. Walking by faith means saying yes, even without guarantees. It means believing that each step toward you leads to purpose. Even when the ground feels unsteady, your hand holds me. Even when doors close, your plan continues to open the right ones. Remind me, Lord, that delay is not absence, and silence is not abandonment. You are always working behind the scenes, weaving grace through every moment. So today I choose to walk by faith, not because I see what's ahead, but because I know who goes before me. And if I stumble, may your grace lift me again and remind me I am still on the right path, the path of faith. Lord, many times I've looked at my problems and seen mountains too high to climb, burdens that felt too heavy, fears that seemed too strong. Yet you never asked me to carry the mountains, only to believe that you can move them. Faith doesn't shout at the mountain. It trusts in the one whose word can make it disappear. When I say, "My God is greater," something shifts inside me. The mountain may still stand, but the fear that surrounded it begins to crumble. You remind me that faith is not about size, it's about direction. Even the smallest seed, when placed in the right hands, can grow into something powerful. My faith may be small, but it's placed in you, the Almighty God who makes all things possible. So today I bring before you every obstacle that overwhelms me, the wounds I can't heal, the prayers that seem unanswered, the dreams that feel too far away. I lay them at your feet, knowing that no mountain stands taller than your promise. Move, Lord, what needs to be moved. Strengthen what needs to stand. And let my faith remain firm in the truth that nothing is impossible for you. Lord, there are days when my faith feels too small to make a difference. I pray, but my words sound weak. I believe, but doubt still lingers. In those moments, I remember what you said, that even faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. So today, I bring you my little faith, knowing that in your hands it is enough. You never reject the heart that comes honestly, even trembling. The strength of my faith has never been what moves you. It's the greatness of your power and love that does. When I feel fragile, you remain faithful. When I struggle to stand, your grace lifts me again. Teach me, Lord, to nurture this seed of faith. Let your word water it, your presence warm it, and your spirit protect it. May it grow in patience, trust, and endurance until it bears fruit that glorifies you. When I feel weak, remind me that your power is made perfect in weakness. When I waver, let me remember that you are steady. My faith may be small, but it's real, and that's enough for you to work wonders. So here I am, Lord, offering you this simple faith. It may be small, but it is sincere. And with you, even the smallest seed becomes unstoppable. Lord, faith doesn't appear out of nowhere. It grows each time your word takes root in my heart. Every verse is a living seed planted by your Spirit. And the more I hear your truth, the stronger my faith becomes. Faith isn't emotion, it's conviction. It's the quiet certainty that your promises stand firm even when life shakes around me. When the world shouts fear, your word whispers peace. When the enemy says it's over, your voice declares, I am still here. That's why I want to dwell in your word every day. Because when I drift away, my faith weakens, but when I stay near you, it thrives. Teach me to treasure your word as my daily bread, not just to read it, but to let it live inside me. Let every verse become a shield against doubt, a refuge when my heart grows tired. When I read that nothing is impossible for you, let it sink into the deepest part of me. When I hear that you are my shepherd, help me to truly rest. Let your voice be the constant rhythm that nourishes my faith. And as I listen, let my life become a reflection of trust, calm, steadfast, and full of your truth. Lord, I want to follow you all my days with the same heart that sought you at the beginning. Let my faith not depend on seasons or feelings, but on the unchanging truth that you are always faithful. When everything around me shifts, keep me steady. When years pass and my strength fades, let the flame of faith still burn bright within. True faith isn't built on moments of emotion, but on a lifetime of surrender. It's holding on when heaven feels silent, believing in your promises even when the waiting stretches long. It's looking toward the future and still saying, I trust you. Jesus, give me faith that endures, the kind that worships through pain, that hopes through loss, that keeps walking through the valley because it knows who walks beside me. Let me love you not for what I see, but for who you are, faithful, good, and worthy of all hope. And when my eyes one day close to this world, let my heart still whisper, I trust my God. Until that moment comes, sustain me, Lord, in every step. Teach me to live believing, loving, and expecting you, faithful to the very end. Lord, sometimes faith isn't loud or bold. It's quiet surrender. It's the moment when I stop fighting to understand and simply fall into your hands. True faith begins when I finally admit that I can't do it on my own. That's where you meet me, with mercy, not judgment. You never asked me to have all the answers, only to trust that you do. When I let go, you lift me higher than I could ever climb by myself. You take my weakness and turn it into worship, my tears into testimony. Teach me to live surrendered, Lord, not as someone defeated, but as someone free. Because when I stop striving, I make room for your strength. When I stop insisting on my own way, I discover the beauty of yours. Let my surrender be the purest expression of faith, the kind that doesn't demand but rests, that doesn't question but believes, that doesn't cling to control but clings to you. For real faith doesn't just trust in miracles, it trusts in the miracle maker. Lord, there are nights when the world feels heavy and shadows seem endless. The mind grows weary, the soul feels tired, and it's hard to remember that light still exists. But even in the deepest darkness, your presence remains. Faith is the candle that keeps burning when everything else fades. You never promised a life without storms, but you did promise to be my shelter through them. You never said the darkness wouldn't come, but you said the light would always win. So when fear tries to whisper that it's over, remind me that the sunrise always belongs to you. Strengthen my heart when I cannot see the way. Let me walk through the night, knowing that you are the dawn waiting for me. Help me believe that what feels like an ending is only the place where your new beginning starts. Faith that overcomes darkness doesn't ignore pain. It shines through it. It declares, even with trembling lips, my God is still good. And so I stand in that truth tonight. The darkness may surround me, but it cannot silence my faith, because you, Lord, are the light that no shadow can overcome. Lord, true faith never stays hidden. It shines quietly, touching lives without even trying. Sometimes the greatest sermon isn't spoken from a pulpit. It's lived through endurance, kindness, and peace in the middle of storms. Let my faith be that kind of testimony. May those who see me see you. When I choose hope instead of fear, may it remind someone else that you are still faithful. When I forgive, when I stay calm in chaos, when I keep trusting despite the pain, let those moments speak louder than words. You called us to be light, not by perfection, but by reflection. So teach me to reflect you, Jesus. When my faith feels small, remind me that even a small flame can light another candle. Help me live with such quiet trust that others find courage to believe again. Let my story be a doorway for others to encounter you. Let my scars tell of healing, my waiting tell of patience, and my prayers tell of a God who always listens. Lord, may my faith not end with me. Let it overflow softly, powerfully, so that through my life someone else learns to whisper again, I believe. Lord, everything in this world changes. Seasons come and go, people rise and fall, but your word stands unshaken. Faith rooted in you is the only thing that endures beyond time itself. It doesn't fade with age or vanish in sorrow. It becomes stronger, deeper, eternal. When this life ends and my voice grows silent, let my faith still speak. Let it echo through every prayer I prayed, every act of love I offered, every moment. I chose to trust you instead of fear, because real faith doesn't die. It continues in the lives it touched, in the hearts it helped to awaken. I want to be found faithful, Lord, not perfect, not strong, but steadfast, still believing, still loving, still holding on. Let my last breath be one of surrender, and my final thought a whisper of praise. You have been faithful, Lord, and when I finally see you face to face, I know faith will no longer be hope. It will become sight. Until that glorious day, let my faith stand firm, unbroken by time, untouched by despair, alive in the promise of eternity with you. If this prayer spoke to your heart and reminded you of God's love, write in the comments, Amen. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who also needs this moment with God, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next prayers. You could be the answer to someone's prayer today. Leave your prayer request in the comments as well. It will be an honor to pray for you. And if you've never made this prayer before, you can do it now with all your heart. Lord, let me live my next days saved by your grace. When people look at me, may they see a reflection of your love. Today, I pray, Jesus, I receive you into my heart. I choose you and surrender my life to you. Write my name in the book of life. I am yours forever.